You know what I love the most about NetherRealm games? Being stuck at full screen while the opponent throws things at me. Fireballs, boulders, bullets, I love it all. Especially when they're plus on block because I love getting jailed from full screen. Honestly though, nothing in Mortal Kombat 11 even comes close to this next character. If you want to see a true zoner, then follow me to Injustice, where the DLC was always OD, except for Lobo. Alright everyone, today it's finally time to talk about Martian Manhunter. Perhaps the most solid keep-away character that NetherRealm has ever created, but here's the crazy thing. This character didn't have to zone, he could literally do everything. He had 50/50s, plus frames on block, all that dirty stuff, but he also had really good zoning. So to start things off, let's look at his keep-away tools. First up we have the Psycorb. So this thing detonates after a short period of time. It's very good on block, plus 35 or something crazy like that, and it also hits mid, so you can't avoid it unless you physically move out of the way. There's no ducking this thing. And this move might not seem very strong due to its long startup, but keep in mind it was guaranteed after his phase charge. You could just throw it out, and the opponent had to deal with this thing on wake up or do an invincible move, but otherwise they just had to block this thing, and that actually meant guaranteed chip damage, because you could do pretty much any combo, end with phase charge, set up the orb, they'd block it, and then you just got guaranteed chip damage with the alien pillar. Or put simply, against a lot of characters, Martian Manhunter could do his combo and then get 3 or 4% chip damage on top of that, so a 40% combo was now 44% just due to the guaranteed chip. And then if this move landed for any reason, you got a full combo off of it. So this move is a meterless combo starter that you have to deal with every time you get up. And then if you spent the meter, this move turned into a landmine. If you touched it whatsoever, it detonated, and once again it would launch you for a full combo. And what this meant was, if Martian Manhunter was fighting any sort of linear character like Flash who didn't have any teleports or any good projectiles, he could just stand behind this thing and then set up his projectiles and you're just forced to deal with it. Or of course, he could also use this move to corner you and once again force you to deal with any of his shenanigans. And that was just the first move. We still have 2 more different keep-away tools to cover. So next up, the alien pillar. Once again, this move hits mid, so you cannot duck this thing. At the very least, it's going to be chip unless you want to jump. And then if Manhunter spends the bar, he gets a full combo thanks to his teleport. And to make things even dumber, the meter burn version is completely safe on block, so he can just go for it. If you block it, he's 100% safe, but if it lands, he gets a full combo thanks to his teleport, so no risk, high reward. However, like you saw earlier, this move was pretty much for guaranteed chip damage whenever he set up the Psycorb, because the Psycorb once again is like plus 35 on block, so as long as alien pillar hits first, John is still completely safe. And also keep in mind, the meter burn version had surprisingly fast startup, so if you did anything even remotely punishable, you might think, oh, I'm safe because I'm so far away, but no, this move could punish a lot of moves on block. And that's a scary thought because once again, every time it landed, he got a full combo and then guaranteed pressure or chip damage. And then last but not least, we have Telekinetic Strike. Compared to the first 2 moves, this one is a bit more humble. It is simply an overhead projectile, but the damage is pretty beefy. Look at that, 8%. And this move was also -9 on block, or in other words, very tough to punish, if not safe most of the time. And then if you spent the bar, things just got crazy. Check this out. He just covers the entire screen in these things at the cost of 1 bar, and it's plus 4 on block if any of these are blocked. Isn't that ridiculous? And the damage also goes up too. They do 10% instead of 8, and you can actually land 2. It's not easy, but look at that, 20% damage for a single projectile, or at least a single input. That's pretty crazy. And that's about it for the standard keep-away attacks, but as you're about to see, Martian Manhunter is a very solid character, because next up we have his teleports, and these complement his zoning very, very well, because for some reason NetherRealm just loves giving teleports to keep-away characters, and I'm not sure why. I understand why certain characters like Dalsum have teleports, because his don't actually hit the opponent, they're just for escaping the corner because the guy has no wake-ups, but why do so many keep-away characters have teleport attacks in NetherRealm games? It's so strong. So first up we have the regular teleport. It was fairly fast, but you didn't want to do it in the neutral because the opponent could react to it. However, as mentioned earlier, this thing could capitalize on pretty much any hit that Martian Manhunter landed. And once this move did land, it was a guaranteed combo extender followed by his phase charge, which meter burned and got a guaranteed back 3. No matter when you did it during a combo, you always got the back 3. So every time Manhunter landed this teleport, he got a full combo, even if he didn't launch you with a special move prior. It was always good for starting and extending combos. In fact, he could even do this thing after a double jump jump in 3 and get his combos going that way, and that was his most damaging way to extend combos, and the damage was really good, sometimes 44%, and once again a guaranteed 2 to 4% chip afterwards. And this teleport could also be done from the air, which was great for combos, but also just countering the opponent's zoning or keep away, which teleports are always good for. Now thankfully this teleport does have one drawback. It is very, very punishable on block, -30 or something crazy like that, but here's the thing, he had an overhead version, and this thing was -8 on block, or in other words, a lot of characters couldn't even punish it just due to the pushback. So look at how far John is from the opponent. They had to have a special move with a lot of range that also started up in 7 frames or faster. And a lot of characters just didn't have that, and that meant that John could just go for this teleport every now and then, and he got away scot-free a lot of the time. And just like his regular teleport, this one also led to a full combo without spending any bar. However, thankfully it was a little bit slower, so it wouldn't combo in certain situations where the other teleport would. So that was its one drawback. It was safe on block and could still start combos, but it wasn't as good at extending combos. And we only have 2 special moves left, but these were really good when Martian Manhunter was close. So first up, Psionic Push. This was his invincible wake up attack, and look at that, it knocks the opponent full screen. And just like his phase charge, he is super plus on hit, like plus 45 or something nuts like that, which means you get a guaranteed Psycorb, which means guaranteed block damage, all that good stuff. Or if the opponent gets hit, you get a full combo thanks to his teleport. And this move could also be great for ending combos if you were fighting a rushdown character, because now they were full screen and had to deal with all your shenanigans. And lastly, he also had a meter burn option. The animation was absolutely amazing, but the damage wasn't really worth it most of the time. You were better off saving your meter to extend combos. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Martian Grab. So this move hits low, and at the cost of 1 bar, it extends combos. So on block, this meant 50-50s for days, because John had this overhead right here. But if you blocked high to block the overhead, he got the low and got a full combo. And these overheads were typically plus on block, so even if you guessed correctly, he's still plus, you can't punish him. And he also had this string as well, which also ends in an overhead and is also plus, or he can just do this and catch you blocking high for a full combo. And then finally we have this string, which ends in an overhead that is also plus on block, but if you block high, he has the low and he gets a full combo. So not only was Martian Manhunter ridiculously good from far away with way more zoning tools than he actually needed, not only did he have an awesome teleport that extended combos for free and an overhead teleport that was almost impossible to punish, but on top of that he also had 50-50s that led to a full combo, and the Martian Grab was so fast on startup that he could do it after a down 1. And this down 1 was 6 frames on startup, which meant if you did anything -7 or more, he got a full combo punish on you. And despite his godlike keep away and his very good teleports, John also had high damaging combos too, and once again guaranteed chip damage at the end. So if this character ever got his green hands on you, he was doing a lot of damage to your health bar. However, we're still not done, because I saved the craziest part for last, his character power. And this thing does a lot of stuff. So for starters, it extends the range of his moves. So check that out. The Ford 2 now has ridiculous range, and yes, this thing can start off combos if he wants it to, because certain special moves like this also get more range during the trait. And then certain strings like his 2-2 now have ridiculous range. Look at this thing. It can punch you from so far away, and it's a mid, so you can't even avoid this thing by ducking. And then certain strings like his Ford 1-2 was already good, but with the trait activated, it's now one of the best anti-airs in the entire game. And then even a string like this, which hits low and is safe on block, now it has start of the round range. So look at that. Also full screen, so guaranteed zoning whenever you land this thing. So of course that's also really strong. And even his overhead back 2 got better, and this thing already has good range, but with the trait, it's just terrifying. And this thing hit confirms for a full combo with his phase charge, and you spend the bar to get a combo going. So that's the first thing this trait did. It gave him crazy good range on pretty much all of his strings and his special moves. And that wasn't just good for the neutral, it was also good after certain strings like this, because the opponent's kind of far away. It's not the easiest to extend after, but you can just pop trait, and now it's super easy to extend combos from there, because the 2-2 now has much better range. And as you just saw, this trait has no animation on startup. You can pop it whenever you want to, and there's no drawback, no recovery, no startup, nothing. It just activates. So it's very similar to Bane's character power, only without any of the drawbacks. And then last but not least, of course, this also gave John a damage buff as well, so now his combos just hurt that much more. And look at that, we're getting almost 40% for a raw back 3 and no meter required. And keep in mind, everything I'm showing you right now is after all the balance updates and adjustments, so beforehand this character was even stronger. But even after all those changes, this character is still very solid, and in my honest opinion, the craziest zoner that NetherRealm has ever made. But that's about it for the video, everyone, so please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down down below which character do you think had the craziest keep away in NetherRealm history. And then while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, it really does help my channel out a ton. And finally, why not keep that combo going by suplexing that subscribe button, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.